Hey guys, welcome back to Karting with Chris. Today's video is going to be the Fall 1 final and pre-final race. Now the reason I am combining these two races is, I don't know if you can tell already, but my GoPro was on the wrong setting. So before I came out here, I did do a DKC race. You guys have probably already seen that video, but that race was at night, and so my GoPro is on the night setting right now. I do apologize if I am hurting your eyes right now. I don't mean to do this on purpose. I tried lowering the brightness as much as possible. Trust me, it's a lot worse than this. This is as good as I could get the video to come out. So for the pre-final race, I'm just going to show you highlights of what happened. I'm not going to make you sit through this entire race because that would be considered cruel and unusual punishment, and I'm not about that. So we are starting the race in 8th out of 14 people. Wasn't the best qualifying session, but the top people were pretty close to each other time-wise. But we are starting 8th, and we are on the outside, which really isn't that great. So I'm not going to go into great length of why the inside's better than the outside. Most of you guys already know why. I'm just going to say that the inside is ideal. So the plan for the start of this race is to find a gap on the inside and then go for it. As soon as you can get on the inside, the less positions you can lose, and maybe you can gain some, but that's really hard. So we're going through the last couple of corners here, and we're going to push up right next to Ross in front of us. We're going to push him down the straight here, and like I said before, as soon as the flagman drops his flag, we're going to look for gaps on the inside. So can't really see the flagman, but I believe he waved the flag and we're good to go. So right off the bat, you can see people on the inside are already passing us. I'm looking for a gap, and you know, the people on the inside held it very well. It was very hard to find a gap. I'm going side by side with my brother here. Get pushed a little wide going through turn 2 here. I've lost 4 positions trying to dive it on the inside of turn 3 here. Doesn't quite work out, and we're going to have to settle for 12th place. So now that the race has settled down a little here, we can follow people and start picking them off one by one. So the first person on our agenda is cart number 934. It's going to be hard to pass people, especially when we're in a big long train like this, because everyone's got a draft. So coming out of these last couple of corners here, we got to nail the exit. We get a pretty decent exit. We're behind 934. Get in that draft, pull along beside him, have the inside for turn 1. It's going to be a bit of a late move, but he tries holding it around the outside. That allows me to get the inside for turn 2 here, and we've got the job done. Someone's trying to hug it around the outside of turn 3 on me. I'm having none of it, and I'm able to keep 11th position. So I know it's hard to see, bear with me here. There are people in front of me, I know it's hard to believe, and we're going to try and catch up to them. They have gapped us a little. Going through turn 7 here, it's very hard to see, but someone got on top of Colin here. I think that's Ross. Ross got on top of Colin, and this is just easy pickings for me, and that causes us to pass 2 people in one corner. Now, I can't really tell what happened there, what caused them to be on top of each other like that. Again, the video's crap, it's my fault. But we're in 9th place now, and we're only finishing lap 2. We're on lap 3 now, and at this rate, we should gain a lot of positions. So we've got my brother up ahead. He's in 8th place. He's got no one in front of him, so hopefully we can catch up to him. He did not get the best qualifying session, but he got a pretty good start to the race. But on lap 3, sadly, I started feeling weird things in my cart, especially through this corner right here, turn 7. Having to brake really early because I felt like my brakes were fading, which is not good. It's also a safety hazard. But yeah, that's not going to be fast. It's going to be hard to catch up to people like that. Also, throughout the lap, I started feeling the brakes rubbing through turns 2 and the chicane. Now immediately I thought that someone must have hit me and my axle slid a little, and that's why my brakes are rubbing. But down the straights, my brakes weren't rubbing at all. I could actually get some speed down the straights. So couldn't figure it out, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I finished the race in 9th place. So after this race, I did go into the pits. I looked over my cart. The axle did not shift. My hubs did shift a little bit, but that's not super uncommon. My brake rotor did not shift. Nothing really moved in the axle. My brakes did not need to be bled at all, and I really could not figure it out. So everything on the cart looked fine, and I decided, well, maybe it can fix itself. So we're on the final race now. We skip ahead, and luckily the light issue has been fixed because the camera is now on the right setting. So like I said before, we finished the pre-final in 9th place, so that means we start the final race in 9th place, and that also means that it is our turn to start the race on the inside. So we skip forwards to the formation lap, and up ahead we can see large amounts of PDA. Now they are either crazy in love with each other, or it is a crazy tactic that they are trying to do to prevent people from passing them, because you can't pass people when you're doing that. So we're on the straight here, we're pushing my brother up in front of us. Again, we're on the inside, waiting for the flagman to wave the green. Flagman waves green and we're good to go. So we're just going to follow the inside, make sure no one gets in front of us. Someone tries to look on the inside. We're not going to have any of it. We're up in 8th place, so we've gained 1 position. And we see number 4 right here. This is Josiah, the Pimp Daddy Tracy. He's diving on the inside of turn 3 up here. Doesn't quite get the move done. And then going through the chicane right here. He's all over the place. We try not to hit him and slide in right behind him. So Josiah there getting a very poor start, and going through turn 7 right here. He's going to get a little sideways, almost into the grass, but I'm going to stick behind Josiah because I know he is a good driver, and I know if I work together with him, I will be able to pull away from the people behind me and catch up to the people in front. So sadly, on lap 2, I started feeling the same things I felt through the pre-final. Through turn 1, Josiah gets a little sideways there. I'm going to back off a little so I don't hit into him. Going through turn 2, like I said before, my brakes were rubbing, so you can see Josiah pulled away. Through turn 3, I had no brakes, and you kind of want brakes through turn 3. Through the chicane, again, brakes were rubbing, and you shouldn't be using your brakes through this chicane. And then through turn 7, I had no brakes. So it appears that I had brakes where I didn't want brakes, and I didn't have brakes where I wanted brakes. And then going through these last 2 corners here, my brakes felt fine and the brakes weren't rubbing. So still can't tell what it is. But you can see how far Josiah has pulled away from me. And I should ideally be able to keep up with him. He is faster than me, but if I'm in his draft, I should be able to keep up with him. So you can see how much I am losing per lap. So for the next race, I'm probably going to take apart my entire brake system, try and figure out what the heck is going wrong, clean every part that needs to be clean, and carefully assemble it. As I point Colin by, I'm not going to try and hold up his race. I know I'm really slow. I don't want to hold him up. But he tapped his helmet. He wants me to work with him. Little does he know. But through these corners, like I said, I wasn't really struggling. And then down the straight, again, I was fine down the straight. So you can see me pushing him going into turn 1. Now, if you have any suggestions of what it might be, please let me know. Like I said before, I'm going to be trying to take apart my entire brake system, figure it out. And my axle did not move. I thought about engine problems, but it didn't feel like an engine problem. It felt like the brakes were rubbing. But going down the straight here, I pull off to the left. I let everyone behind me by, and I decide to retire for the race. So going into turn 7, I let everyone by, and I didn't see this guy behind me, cart number 625. I could have handled that better. That was totally on me. I probably should have slowed down a lot more and a lot sooner. So if this is you, I really do apologize if I ruined your race. So sadly, this race did not really go to plan. I've definitely had better races than this one, but hopefully I can learn and figure out what the heck happened. Again, if you have any suggestions for me, I'm open to them. But that's all I have for today. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.